Welcome to today's Explainer. If you manage a large commercial or industrial facility, you already know that keeping your floors spotless isn't just about making things look pretty. It's fundamentally about safety, efficiency, and of course, hygiene. Today, we're going to break down exactly why upgrading to a heavy-duty floor scrubber is an absolutely critical ROI-positive move for 2026.
So I want you to ask yourself, are you honestly still cleaning massive facilities with a mop? It sounds kind of crazy when you say it out loud, doesn't it? But surprisingly, so many operations still rely on traditional mops or totally undersized machines for massive areas. The truth is, manual cleaning is a massive drain on your most valuable resources, your time and your budget. In bustling hubs from New York to Los Angeles to Shanghai, demand for better solutions is absolutely skyrocketing right now, because relying on pure physical labor for this scale of maintenance just doesn't make sense anymore.
Okay, let's dive into our roadmap for today. First up, the clean floor dilemma. Second, meet the modern scrubber. Third, built for every environment. Fourth, the ROI of automation. And finally, real-world success stories.
Section 1. The clean floor dilemma. The hidden costs of manual labor.
To really appreciate where we're going, we kind of have to look back at the dark ages of manual floor maintenance. The fundamental problem that so many facility managers face is a constant uphill battle with inconsistent cleanliness and extended labor hours. When you have humans physically pushing mops across thousands of square feet, operator fatigue sets in really quickly. The pressure applied to the floor varies, the pace inevitably slows down, and the ultimate cleanliness of your facility really suffers.
And here is the glaring issue. Manual mopping, half the time it just redistributes dirty water. Instead of actually extracting the dirt, oil, and grime, you're frequently just moving it around the floor. And what does that leave you with? Dangerous, slippery residues. It's a massive liability. Not only is the floor not truly clean, but you're actively creating slip and fall hazards for pedestrians and your staff.
Section 2. Meet the modern scrubber. Engineering for 2026.
This is where we look at automated solutions engineered for the future. Specifically, the Aiolith AF2225 ride-on and the AF2217 self-propelled scrubbers. I want to let this massive number sink in for a second. 55,000. The AF2225 ride-on model can clean up to 55,000 square feet per hour. Compare that to a human with a mop, who tops out at roughly 5,000 square feet an hour. We're talking about more than a 10x productivity gain over manual cleaning. That is the exact kind of efficiency that completely transforms how a maintenance team operates.
Now, when you look at these technical specs, you can see exactly how they virtually eliminate operator fatigue and downtime. These Aiolith units are built with industrial-grade steel frames, so they can handle serious daily use. They run on 24-volt lithium-ion batteries, which, by the way, the U.S. Department of Energy notes offer significantly higher energy efficiency and way faster charging than those old lead-acid batteries. The AF2217 self-propelled unit features a 22-inch brush width and a 17-gallon recovery tank, meaning you spend way less time stopping to empty dirty water. And incredibly, they operate at a noise level under 70 decibels.
Section 3. Built for every environment. From massive warehouses to hospital corridors. Of course, matching your equipment to your specific operational needs is absolutely crucial. And that usually comes down to deciding between a large-scale ride-on model and a compact self-propelled unit. You have to balance tank capacities, turning radius, and brush pressure. The AF2225 ride-on is an absolute powerhouse. It has a highly maneuverable, compact turning radius of just 48 inches, making it a perfect fit for large warehouses, factories, and airport terminals. On the flip side, the AF2217 self-propelled scrubber is ideal for smaller, more intricate spaces like hotels, schools, or offices. It attacks bacteria and stains fast, but it's compact enough to navigate really tight hallways.
Section 4. The ROI of automation. Why this is a no-brainer investment. We've talked about the engineering side of things, but let's talk about the bottom line. This brilliantly illustrates the stark contrast between the two methods. Because you're automating the process, your productivity jumps exponentially, from 5,000 to up to 55,000 square feet per hour, while your labor costs absolutely plummet. Your cleaning quality goes from highly variable to perfectly consistent every single time. And to top it off, these machines are genuinely eco-friendly. They use less water and less chemical solution than traditional methods, which lowers your consumable costs and shrinks your environmental footprint. Now, this next point is crucial. According to the Facility Cleaning Institute, consistent, high-quality cleaning actually extends your floor's lifespan by up to 30%. 30%. Think about the massive capital expense of installing epoxy coatings, vinyl, or polished concrete in a commercial space. A heavy-duty scrubber's advanced vacuum recovery extracts that dirty, gritty water immediately, preventing scratches, stains, and premature wear. By preserving your expensive flooring materials, you are significantly lowering your annual maintenance and replacement costs.
Section 5, Real-World Success Stories. Data-driven empathy. It's one thing to look at technical specs in data tables, right? But we need to ground this information with real-world evidence. Real-world feedback always reveals more than a spec sheet ever could. The Worldwide Cleaning Industry Association, ISSA, points out that automated equipment significantly supports healthier indoor environments. And the facility managers actually using these Aiolith systems are seeing this firsthand, reporting vastly improved floor appearances and drastically reduced drying times.
Take this fantastic story from a warehouse operator in Texas. They switched from their old manual mopping systems to the AF2225 ride-on scrubber. They reported reducing their nightly cleaning time from 6 hours down to less than 3. That is a massive operational win. And because of that time saved, they were able to reassign their workers to high-value tasks like inventory management, rather than keeping them stuck on repetitive, physically exhausting cleaning duty.
It's super fascinating to see how these successes build across different regions, as major cities leverage this exact same equipment to solve their own unique logistical challenges.
Over in New York, for example, a shopping mall management company had to deal with massive surges in visitor traffic following the retail recovery period in 2025. They implemented the ride-on scrubbers during their overnight shifts. The result? They achieved impeccably clean floors while massively reducing their water consumption and labor hours. Most importantly, their management team reported noticeable improvements in customer safety because the advanced vacuum extraction drastically reduced slip hazards for shoppers.
And out in California, the logistics and warehouse sector is just exploding. According to data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, warehousing employment remains one of the fastest-growing sectors. To keep up with this massive growth in round-the-clock operations, California warehouses are investing heavily in automated cleaning systems. The modular components of the Aiolith scrubbers mean maintenance is a breeze, ensuring these busy facilities experience virtually zero downtime.
Finally, in Shanghai, the focus is on incredibly strict sanitation requirements. Hospitals out there are increasingly relying on the eco-friendly AF2225 self-propelled scrubbers. Why? Because these compact models can operate efficiently in really narrow medical corridors, thoroughly removing bacteria to support infection control programs. And because they operate below that 70 decibel mark, they do all of this without causing any noise disruptions to sensitive patient wards. Pretty brilliant. Which brings us to our final, big question for you today. Is your facility truly ready for 2026? We've seen how heavy-duty floor scrubbers have evolved from a nice-to-have, luxury item into an absolute practical necessity. Whether you're managing heavy foot traffic in a retail mall or dealing with industrial contamination in a factory, upgrading your equipment is going to dramatically improve your hygiene standards and massively reduce your reliance on manual labor. If you want to stop just pushing dirty water around and start seeing real operational ROI, the data is crystal clear. Automation is the answer. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and we'll see you next time.